All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. AQ Gator. 54. Right, 54. Coming to you. Slam.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Pull it high.
He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
54, right there, 54 Mike. Set the tone.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On play action, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. That's good for 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Leo!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 48-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Check back. Rock it. Hey, Delta.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And the Broncos first down.
Ready. Mike 54. Hey, Sam on. 2.
First carry for the ex-Utah State Aggie, Darwin Thompson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
X3, 218, chop. Bam.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 5-4.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the point, and you're going to get the ball back.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 46-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's 2nd and 8. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Wide open receiver, complete. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yellow, I've got blue lady. Hey, Sunday.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
59 Mike. Check, 59. You can't block me. Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Down the ball.
On 1st down, it's Sharp. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 41 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Hey, box truck, now.
They run with Thompson. They find some open field here. The 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Back to throw here. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run on first down. Sharp. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now this one is running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, orbit. Hey, rock in, get it.
They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Mahomes now on first down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
I don't think you got it, sir. Check that. We got Mike 52, right? 15. Smoke. I'm about to take you to school.
On first down, Mahomes. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. It's the Patriots with the early lead over the Bills. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. From the 36, Mahomes, complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mahomes now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Yellow. Hey, Finty.
Mahomes to throw once more. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Mahomes will bring him up first and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second and 12, Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun on third down, Mahomes taking a deep shot into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Let's go now. 50, plant. You ain't going nowhere. Come. Lucky.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
61, matchbox, lights. Hey, dude.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Go. 55.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now this time Mahomes will throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Here we go. 5:52. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. The Jets have now moved out in front of the Dolphins. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Check 99. Check 99. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Hey, high step to go.
On first down, it's Sharp. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
2nd and 9 now. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's sharp.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got it.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Switch and lock it. Hey, Charlie. Hey, get it.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is taken at the 23. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 36, Mahomes, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. I hate to surrender the... Football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
As well, you don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Chris Jones on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, team. Let's go. Let's go.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Okay, ready? Mike, 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get the penetration here. Look at me. Zipper. Hey, echo. 54. Mike, 54.
They'll set up to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
10 Lobo. Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the pass. No. Step.
Well, this is caught by Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 25-yard line.
Alpha.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 5.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Mahomes going to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's going to find a man here. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
That's it, baby.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Mecole Hardman the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Throwing to his running back, and he's got him complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26.
Hardly got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Johnson running right. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey. Stick down. Delta. Check.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep depth. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Attack, attack!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Color. Takes it. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
He doesn't seem to get ruffled no matter where he plays, does he? Home, on the road. If you put him in a neutral site, which he hopes one day would be the Super Bowl, he plays at a high level. We know about the big right arm, but I think it's the poise that I'm really, really admiring out of this youngster and watching him play. How about the first 3 games of his career in the NFL as a starter in 2018? He set a record for touchdown passes with 13.
Yeah, you think back to that entrance, and he has just kept it up. Amazing what he's been able to do. So for Kansas City, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.